All right, it's the Wednesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Hi, everyone. Hope you had a good day so far and you're ready for the long holiday weekend if you happen to be off for the next 4 days. Our weather is going to be pretty steamy over the next few days especially, and then things start to improve a little bit, I think, at the end of the weekend if you're not a big fan of this type of heat and humidity. Wanted to start this evening with a picture of some problems we've been having in Niles this evening, some flooding of some basements, some businesses, and there's been a problem with too much water in the Eastwood Mall parking lot. Leslie Barrett tweeted this out earlier, and we've seen several pictures of the high water at Eastwood Mall this evening. Radar estimates from Niles over to Girard along Tibbetts Wick, inch to inch and a half, maybe even an inch and 3/4 in some spots over the last handful of hours. Flood advisory in effect for those locations. We also had some heavy rain and some thunder and lightning earlier from Greenville over towards Sandy Creek, and some places probably saw well over an inch worth of rain from those earlier on this afternoon. We also had a few heftier downpours for a while in Columbiana County, from Columbiana down through Middleton and into Elk Run Rogers area. And half an inch to an inch, fairly common, I think, in a lot of those places. We also had some downpours right around midnight last night that added to some of those 24-hour rain totals. As of this recording at 7:12, these cells are kind of ringing themselves out. We're just about done, I think, with the heavy rain threat for the evening. A little light rain, a little nuisance rain, yes. There's actually a little thunder and lightning down towards Minerva and heading west of there over towards southeastern Stark County, just south and east of the Canton area. That's also, I think, just going to ring itself out. Notice how everything is just not moving very fast. This is going to be the theme for the next couple of days. There's not much wind aloft to steer these things along. All right, the big national weather story is actually way up in Alaska. You may have seen some coverage of this. An unprecedented, just remarkable heat wave unfolding up in Alaska that's going to last all the way through the holiday weekend. Now, all these temperatures are above average no matter where you look in Alaska, but especially in southern Alaska, all-time records are going to be broken day after day. So Anchorage, for example, the all-time record high for any date in Anchorage is 85. They'll probably top 85 for several consecutive days coming up. Just to put that in perspective, our all-time record high here in Youngstown is 103. Imagine if our forecast for the next 5 days was all above 103. That's just how unprecedented this is. So these are current temperatures in the 7 o'clock hour in Alaska compared to our region. Anchorage right now warmer than Newcastle, warmer than Youngstown by a few degrees as well. Where it hasn't rained today locally, temperatures are a little bit warmer at this hour. Again, these things will ring themselves out this evening, leaving us with a partly cloudy sky overnight. Maybe a little fog trying to set up in the river valleys. Don't think it'll be too impactful for your Thursday morning, 4th of July, looking pretty similar to today. An unstable air mass, in fact, probably a little more unstable than today. So I think there's a somewhat higher chance of thunder in a couple of spots Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, but this will all be random, luck of the draw kind of stuff. And since there's so little wind from the ground level on up, that's going to reduce our severe weather risk, but it's also going to make it so these things just won't move very fast. And so the number one concern with anything that happens tomorrow and into Friday is going to be localized flash flooding. If you get one of these real slow movers that happens to be pretty intense and tries to set up camp over your location for maybe an hour or so, that's going to be the primary threat. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a steamy one. Now, the temperatures, our forecast high temperatures will be realized if it doesn't rain too soon at the airport. We have 89 in the forecast for a high on the 4th of July. It's not going to get to 89 if it rains at the airport at 1 p.m. But if it stays dry through mid-afternoon, then we've got a good shot, not only at the airport where our forecast verifies, but a good shot elsewhere of getting to the upper 80s if it doesn't rain too soon. Yeah, otherwise, the humidity will make it feel warmer than it actually is, and while it's not a washout, it's a day-to-stay weather where if your holiday plans take you outside. All right, I'd like to show this one. This graphic at this time of the year, a little chemistry lesson for fireworks. It's kind of like meteors as well. Meteors and fireworks, the color that we see is very dependent on the chemical composition of those fireworks. So, for example, a green firework is primarily comprised of barium chloride. Orange is calcium chloride. Sodium nitrate is yellow. You get the idea here. So a little bit of chemistry with our fireworks. So if you're taking the kids out to watch one of the local fireworks displays over the next handful of nights, maybe it'd be a good opportunity to teach them a little bit of science. All right, Friday is going to be just like tomorrow. Hit or miss storms in the afternoon, slow movers, otherwise hot and humid. If it doesn't rain too soon, it'll get into the upper 80s. And then on Saturday, a cold front will inch in and a pretty good chance of seeing a couple of showers and thunderstorms as a result. Now, this front is going to clear us just far enough to the south on Sunday that I think Sunday will be somewhat better to be outside. I think it's likely to be dry. We're going to hang on to a real small chance of a shower or storm, but most of Sunday should be fine. Dew points will start backing off, and the bigger change will come our way Monday. What a beautiful start to next week we have in store, with sunshine in store for Monday. Hardly a cloud in the sky. I also think Tuesday will be fairly sunny, but those dew points are going to start creeping up again as we head towards midweek. Pretty warm, pretty humid middle of next week. After that, I don't see a lot of high heat and humidity for the middle of the month. All right, I've got the next couple of days off, so Weather for Weather Geeks will return on Monday. Hope you have a good and safe holiday weekend with your friends and family, and look for me to update occasionally on social media. Despite me being off, you know me, I can't get away from the weather too much. If we have some active weather popping up over the next few afternoons, I'll keep you updated on Facebook and on Twitter.